Greetings, creeps, and welcome to Horror Girl Problems, the podcast. Thanks for listening, Mom and Nephew Noah. Today we are talking about the brand new Shudder original, Stay Out of the Attic. For some reason, I had this written down as Stay Out of the Fucking Attic, with it edited. I don't know, am I tripping? Was that the original title? I don't know. I took some creative liberties with that. I don't know. Anyway, Stay Out of the Attic on Shudder premieres today. So this is sort of a haunted house kind of film, a la The People Under the Stairs. So the premise here is we have a group of ex-cons who have a moving company. They're trying to make right, re-enter society. They have a moving company. They get called to this creepy old dude's house. It's like a giant, decrepit fucking mansion. And there's only 3 of them. He wants them to have the entire house packed up before the next morning. So he wants them to pull an all-nighter and just get this entire house packed up between the 3 of these people. Insane, right? Yes, of course. So he offers them a shit ton of money. Still insane. On the fence about it. So he offers them even more money. So I mean, he basically makes them an offer they can't refuse. Money talks, baby, so they say yes to spending the night in this creepy old dude's house and trying to pack that shit up before dawn. Do they manage to get the job done in time and prance out with a nice little nest egg? We wouldn't be here if they did. That is the basic setup here, and the magic of this is in the reveals along the way, which of course I cannot even touch upon here because that would ruin it for you. At the core of this, it is a story about redemption and the monsters among us. There's some heavy commentary layered in here with a whole lot of gore. I mean, this shit is filthy. I do not fuck with eyeball gore. And there was a part where I full on pulled my hoodie up over my eyes just when I thought it was safe to look. I'm usually pretty good about timing this and understanding when it's like a fake out or something, but I thought I timed this right. I thought it was safe to look, and I caught the worst part of it, and I almost fucking puked. And there were a few other moments in here where I got a little bit queasy. And I'm not talking about like torture porn style gore. That is not my thing at all. I do not have a good time with that. But if you like the kind of gore where you're just like, oh my god, what the fuck? Then you're probably gonna have a good time with this. I can't say a ton about it because there are some reveals where you're like, oh shit, okay, all right, I see what's happening here. I see what you're doing. So yeah, I can just basically tell you it's kind of a haunted house, trapped in the house, kind of people under the stairs kind of vibe, social commentary, with a whole lot of disgusting, filthy shit in there. Some very, very gooey effects. So check it out if that's your jam. And if you like eyeball gore, there is a scene in here that you're probably going to be pretty excited for. Today marks officially 1 year since lockdown started. For me, at least, I've been at home for a year. I think a lot of you have also. Starting this up and getting to do this podcast has super saved me, so thank you guys for that. And watch parties, like last drive-in and just kind of like tweet-alongs and watch parties on Scener, that sort of thing has given me a little bit of the sense of community that I just really, really miss. So thank you everybody for doing that kind of stuff. Hoping just kind of still giving each other a sense of community as much as we can during all this. Horror movies out here, saving sanity and saving lives. Yesterday morning I sat down with the cast of CBS's Clarice for Fangoria. That was a really fun conversation, and that's live. So go check that out on Fangoria's YouTube and Instagram. Presently working my way through lots of screeners that I'm excited to talk with you about for South by Southwest, but I can't yet, so I will shut my mouth and wait on those. And I guess I will go park my ass back on the couch and finish those up. If by chance there are any specific movies that you are super excited about that are coming out of South by Southwest, please by all means let me know. It gets kind of overwhelming, and then I get to a point where I have to kind of like pick and choose which ones I'll have time to do. But if there are any that you're like super stoked on, or any that you think would be a cool interview, please let me know, and I will try and lock those down. Because sometimes I get to a point where I look at the list and I'm like, yeesh. So super helpful if I actually know what you're most excited about. Yes, and if you use the code SPOOKYSHIT in the Horror Girl Problem shop, you'll get 10% off. horrorgirlproblems.com shop link at the top, or you could find it on Etsy, Horror Girl Problems. Also, are you on Clubhouse? That shit is wild. I went in my first room yesterday, and it was like, I was like, felt like I was just listening to a podcast, but live. But then suddenly I was gonna speak in this room, so I was like, oh shit, it's different than a podcast because it's actually happening, and I have to say something. So it's cool. You get to like have conversations and hang out and chat. You're just not seeing people's faces, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of wild. It's interesting for sure. But add me if you're on there, Horror Girl Probs. I'm still trying to figure it out and learning my way around it, navigating and such. But yes, maybe I'll see you there. Jed Shepard, one of the writers of Host, has a really cool room in Clubhouse. He has the Clubhouse of Horror. I think if you just search horror within Clubhouse, it's like the first room that pops up. But he's doing all kinds of cool shit in there, so get in on that. All right, I think that's all I got. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please share with anyone you think would enjoy this. Rate, comment, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, subscribe to YouTube. And I'll catch you next week for some more spooky shit.